I hate crowds or yippee-ki-yay America. Fuck your couch. Where is my filter? Where is my LaForge visor that can instantly shield my eyes from this, whatever this is? How is it that by now that's not factory equipment, the capacity to filter out the hashtag all lives matter? How is it that white folk don't see the insult in telling me all lives matter? Did something somehow imprint upon your own genetic code that reacts to anything non-white with code speak? I understand you live in a world in which your likeness is the measuring stick, no matter how inaccurate. Have you become bored with all of this? Your nose blindness is impressive, if not terrifying. Narcissism and insecurity is quite the cocktail you've sipped from the tit after slipping from the womb, swashbuckling and swinging from umbilical cords. You little cowboy, you. Probably got one of those six shooters with a holster for a white Christmas. Bang, bang, the sheriff says. You have a plastic badge that has you believing you are a child of destiny. Another imperfect form created in the archetype mold. Are you the next believer in manifest destiny? The next John Wilkes Booth, Fred Phelps, Joe McCarthy, James Holmes, the next John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Joe Paul Franklin, George Zimmerman? You buckaroo, pop those caps, child. No longer finger pointing a fake gun. You are well on your way to capping. Fell in love with that smell. Not quite thermite, but love was still in the air. Pop, pop, pop. Engines, chinks, niggas. Pop, pop, pop. It doesn't matter as long as you ride off into the sunset while the sun sets forever on the enemies you have created, deceived, perceived, lynched. I used to think that affluenza was the most coward defense one could make, the belief that wealth breeds the ignorance to get away with murder. This is the foundation that is cracked, but there. A white man that murders and walks is well on its way into becoming a birthright, the stand your ground crowd, the let's build a wall crowd, the blue life matters crowd, the love it or leave it crowd, the I'm protecting my premises crowd, the I'm protecting my family crowds, the I'm protecting America crowd, the go back to where you came from crowd, the my family were real immigrants crowd, the I don't want my taxes to pay for others' health care crowd, the get a job crowd, the this is my country turning into a third world crowd, the white man is oppressed crowd, the I have but hate my life crowd, the playing field is level crowd, the racism doesn't exist anymore crowd, the they're all lazy crowd, the if they had more guns this wouldn't have happened crowd, the he's a Muslim crowd, the he hasn't even been born here crowd, the Sharia laws taking over America crowd, the he founded ISIS crowd, the he who cares if they have clean water to drink crowd, that they should have gotten into their SUVs and left New Orleans before Katrina hit crowd, the blacks kill more whites than whites kill blacks crowd, the Fox News parasite crowd, the my ancestors come from Europe, not Africa crowd, the we need more oil, let's take theirs crowd, the we speak English here no matter where here is crowd, the my behavior and attitude is that of a sympathizer of hate crowd, the Jesus was white crowd, the I don't see color crowd, the hey, I got a black joke, promise not to get offended crowd, the you can't take a joke crowd, the God children of imperialist action crowds, the thank God that isn't me crowd, the I shop at Walmart because I love a deal before I love America crowd, the I will threaten the police with a gun and live to talk and laugh about it crowd, the I hate everything that doesn't look like me unless it's entertaining me crowd, that they shouldn't have been selling loose cigarettes crowd, that they shouldn't have been selling CDs crowd, that they don't live in this neighborhood crowd, that they shouldn't have moved into this neighborhood crowd, they shouldn't have took that job crowd, they must have stolen that car crowd, they should have been in the car while obeying orders crowd, they shouldn't have been in the park with a toy gun crowd, you surprised me with how well you read and write crowd, they shouldn't have been standing there crowd, they shouldn't have looked me in the eye crowd, you don't talk back to me crowd, I will stand my ground crowd, he looks suspicious crowd, look at my new couch crowd, my second amendment trumps your life crowd, he shouldn't have been walking back from the store crowd, I would have shot him too, crowd. I will run you down in the street with my truck, crowd. The All Lives Matter crowd. The Let's Make America Great Again crowd. The Let's Make America White Again crowd. And that's why I hate crowds.